Hello there everyone. We're on the public test build with the new Resident Evil chapter, with 2 new survivors and Nemesis as the killer. And man, Nemesis is so much fun. It took me this long to start testing or recording video for Deathslinger with the new perks and some possible synergies for them, or anti-synergies, I don't know, I'm just testing for now. Since the Nemesis is so much fun, I love him so freaking much. He might be my second main next to Deathslinger. Initially, when he released and I didn't know almost anything about him besides the fact that he's got quite decent chase power, I thought that he was extremely overpowered. Oh, well, that's fucking annoying. I thought this was going to happen, honestly. People don't want to play against other killers than Nemesis on public test build. Well, this isn't going to be very long. I'll try to be as terrible as possible. Okay, one thing that's possible. Did it? No. The new perk Eruption that traps generators with the shining yellow aura, it does not work with Oppression. That's most unfortunate, but I thought it won't have almost any synergy with any other gen regression perk, besides those that directly kick gens. I have a Sloppy Butcher basically as add-ons on my spear gun and on my basic attacks from spear gun, so that Sloppy Butcher or any mangled add-ons will be a good how do you say? It will have a good synergy with the other new perk that is Hysteria. When you damage a healthy survivor from healthy to injured state, all injured survivors are oblivious for 30 seconds. So the person on the hook should be oblivious right now for 30 seconds. I'm gonna make it look like I don't see her. I do know where she is, but someone disconnected that I can just be downing them all the freaking time. But Eruption might be decent. I don't think it's very good. It gives only 6% regression and you need to kick generators to apply it. I can see how a perk that wastes your time with you running around and kicking generators with basically zero useful... Well, it's a waste of time basically. You don't go around kicking every generator so that you can pop them all at the same time. That's a waste of time, usually. Like, in some strategic occasions it can be done for some effect, but you usually don't want to go around kicking gens. So I was wondering if there's gonna be any synergy between Oppression, for example, or Surge. There is not. There is absolutely zero synergy. You can synergize it with Pop, I guess. If you really want one generator to be defended, like you have a free gen, for example. In free gens it might be good. I didn't test it yet, I don't know much about it for now. I don't know how good the effect of encapsulated... Jeez, I can't pronounce that, excuse me. Basically the Madness 2.0. It prevents you from doing gens. And I did not aim there. It might be decent in fridges, but then again it has 90-second cooldown. There's a lot of negatives to this perk. And very little upsides, I think. Okay, Crazy Gamer, which is Jill, one of the new survivors, I think, is now oblivious. And possibly the guy on the hook as well. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I don't think she knew I was coming, but how can I know, after all? I can't. I wonder if the Oblivious status effect applies when you injure or down a injured survivor to down state, but thus far I wasn't able to confirm, or at least I didn't notice. Let's see if we can find Mech and hit her. that might tell us. But yeah, like the new perks are all either decent or mediocre. I think the best perk out of the 3 that came out, that's far obviously, there might be some synergies I don't know anything about, is the last grip, which is the perk I'm not using. It's basically aggressive version of corrupt intervention. Come on, stop healing. Okay, will the hysteria trigger? No, it does not work like that. That makes it even worse. Hysteria does not trigger of downed injured survivors. So if everyone stays injured, you do not get any hysteria value. That's terrible. That makes me want to run it even less. So on killers like Plague or Legion, it will not be as good as I thought. I thought it might be decent, but it's not going to be. Besides 60-second cooldown, only 30 seconds uptime. Not too good, not too great. Very mediocre. Maybe useful sometimes in some builds on some killers, but not universally. Too many restrictions. The same with Eruption. Too little gen regression for very little reward. 14 seconds of incapacitate. Jesus, this word gives me so much. That word gives me so much trouble for some reason. Okay, now the generator is affected, but you can see no other generators became yellow. So that means it doesn't affect them through oppression, which also activated. You can see that that generator, I don't think I can get. It's been oppression. I think oppression might be even better perk than eruption. Possibly, I'm not sure yet. As I said, oppression isn't very good in 3 gens. Well, most of the time. But eruption might be. Like, you can time it. One really good use of eruption can actually be game changing, because 14 seconds you can do some stuff with some killers in some scenarios with it. See? All of those gens exploded. If anyone worked on them, they would scream and wouldn't be able to work on them for 14 seconds. On a 90-second cooldown. I don't know. That it just needs testing. I'll probably be playing with eruption for a while on live when it comes. On M1 killers. You can't use this perk on M2 killers. It doesn't work. I think it triggers only out of basic M1 downs. Because I didn't ever get to use it with Nemesis, which I've played a shit ton of. As much as when Deathslinger came out, I played a lot of Twins when they came out as well, because I loved them. Not as much as Deathslinger, but I like them a lot. But now I'm playing them only occasionally. Still more than other killers like Blight or Nurse. But Nemesis I didn't play such extremely fun killer for ages, probably since Deathslinger. I didn't have so much fun with any killer. I can't wait to play him more. It's so much fun. You get basic AI zombies. You look amazing. Nemesis skin is so good looking. You get finally a killer whose basic attack is literal punching, and it's not close like Hag or Demogorgon, nor is it like baby tiny small hands like Victor. So it's freaking massive fist that makes fist sounds and looks like it's just amazing. I wanted a killer with a fist for so long that just punches the shit out of survivors. It's amazing. I love that killer and everything about him. I'm not sure if he's weak or strong right now. I think he's from not first impressions, from educated first impressions, probably A tier killer or at least high B tier. He can't be lower than high B tier because his anti-loop is pretty decent. It goes over short loops and sometimes a few high loops as well. It doesn't give any benefits besides the range, like you don't get faster attack cooldowns like Huntress, because her hatchets down incredibly fast with no cooldowns. It's interesting. It's kind of like Pyramid Head but a bit different. I'm not sure if weaker or stronger. It's strange, but so much fun. The best thing about it is probably the pallet breaking. I really like that aspect. It's in the when he levels his power to tier 2. Tier 3 only increases the range of his power from 5 to 6 meters, which is insignificant. I never go for that. Nevertheless, he's so much fun. And he's 115, which is even better. Wish they just came here so I don't have to bother with endgame. But they won't, so I'm gonna just close it. Now. Hello there, majestic beast. I've trained you well. I'm assuming that's Deathslinger's pet. It came out with his map. What are those called? Vultures? There's many of them. They're extremely thirsty for blood. So that's about it. I don't think there's anything else that would be very interesting. The PTB is great. We finally got updated tutorial as well with bot matches. I haven't tested it. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna try and test it right the freaking now. Nemesis is amazing. He might need a couple changes, like few nerfs to zombies, tiny buffs to his tier 3, possibly small rebalancing, some nerfs, some buffs to make some things make more sense, like the zombies not giving you contamination buffs, but that's besides the point. New perks are interesting. And that's about it. I'm gonna play Nemesis now. I'm gonna feed into my Nemesis addiction. But it's great. I really want to play him. So, well, that's about it. Bye.